Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Okay. So, I can send the recording to you afterwards. I was just gonna upload it to YouTube,
Okay.
and I can edit anything that we don't need.
Okay.
Just cut it out. So, do you want to go first?
It's up to you. Do you want to be the interviewer or interviewee?
I don't care either way.
I don't either. All right. I guess I will
Okay.
be the interviewer then.
Okay.
I have no idea how to start this. All right, let's go. Well, thank you for coming. Glad you could make time to come and interview with us today. Tell me a bit about yourself.
So my name is Kimberly McClellan. I grew up on a small farm in Bluffdale, Utah. I am a senior at Utah State University. I am pursuing a dual degree in agriculture, communication, and journalism. And I want to use my graphic design, writing, and marketing skills to promote the agriculture industry. Agriculture is my passion, and I want to be able to advocate for farmers and ranchers.
Excellent. How do you make yourself indispensable to a company?
I think being just a good employee, and what I mean by a good employee is hardworking. I always put 110% in when I'm at work. I give it my all. And I also make sure that my coworkers, are comfortable around me, make sure that I help them in ways, in any way that I can. And, I make sure that I am doing what the managers want. If I have a question, I don't hesitate to go to my supervisor or my manager, make sure that I am doing it correctly. And I think one strength that I have is once I know how to do something, I will go forward and I will do it. But I want to make sure that I know how to do it, but then I will go forward and I will do it. And the managers, don't have to check up on me and make sure that I'm doing it correctly.
Awesome. What is your greatest strength?
I would say my greatest strength is I can talk very easily with people. I am not a person that has an issue talking with strangers or talking with coworkers. So I've been told that I've been very good with customers. I worked at Kohl's for a year, and I was always able to make a connection with the customers, be able to provide friendly service to them. I also worked in customer service, and so I was able to help those customers get what they needed, in a friendly manner. So I've been told by many managers and people that I've worked with that I am a very personable and friendly person that can make connections with others.
Those are definitely good traits to have. What's your greatest weakness?
I think my greatest weakness is sometimes I'm not sure of myself. And so I always, I think sometimes I don't go forward with as much confidence as I could. And so I do go back to my managers or my supervisors sometimes and ask them, hey, am I doing this correctly? And a lot of the time they're like, yes, you're doing great. But I like to have that reassurance. And so I think, just building that confidence and being more confident in my ability, because I have been told by a lot of people, that I am a capable, dependable person. So I just need to, believe that and go forward and be confident in myself.
Excellent. Do you have any questions for me?
What do you look for in employees?
My biggest thing that I look for in employees is punctuality. That is probably my biggest pet peeve. That and I don't like to micromanage. I mean, personally, I hate being micromanaged. So I look for somebody who I can depend on. And from what you told me from your managers, you're the type of person would be looking for. And well, thank you for coming in. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Hey, sorry, looks like we lost connection.
Well, at least it was after we were done with the first half of the interview. Yeah, I've been working on our internet issue here at the house all day. So, okay,
No
well, I guess
worries.
it's your turn.
Did you ask me 5 questions? I wasn't counting.
I did. I wrote down the questions I was going to ask and everything. So,
Okay, we should be good. I
yep.
just wasn't counting in my head. How
It's
many?
okay.
Okay. So thank you for coming in to talk to me today.
My pleasure.
First, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Kurt Johnson. I'm 34. I spent the first half of my adult life in the Army as an infantryman. The first 3 years, I was just a simple grunt doing what I was told and not really having a lot of responsibilities except learning everybody's job. The last 5 years of my time, I was a team leader where I trained and led soldiers through different situations and missions. And now I am currently going to USU on the Pathways program from Bridgerland in the IT program. I also teach the IT program at Bridgerland as the night instructor in Logan now. And I'm trying to get my bachelor's in computer science so I can go into cybersecurity.
Okay. Tell me about a time you had to work under pressure and meet a deadline.
Well, during all 3 of my deployments, almost every day would qualify for those. Every day we had missions that had deadlines. We had time frames to be at certain spots and taking out targets to reinforcing allies to getting supplies to a school before they were out for the weekend and stuff like that.
Okay. And what's your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is dependability. You can ask any of my friends and family or anybody who knows me if they need somebody who's dependable and willing to work hard and put others before themselves. I'm the person they would talk to.
Okay. And tell me about a time when you were part of a team and the role you played.
Majority of the time I've been part of the team, I was the team leader, so I was in charge of the soldiers and training them and getting them up to par before deployment so they could survive a deployment. I would train them, give them extra information from my personal experiences. And sadly, there was a couple of soldiers that I had a pattern of misconduct counseling statements on that I ended up getting kicked out of the Army because they weren't cooperating and they could have gotten other people killed.
Okay. And describe a specific problem that you have encountered and how you dealt with it.
I have a hard time remembering problems that I've had because I've always overcame them, and in my head, I kind of make it so they weren't problems anymore. I think the biggest problem I ever had was I ended up placing my personal life before my military life, which at the time I should not have. Granted, things have gotten better since, but I basically got out of the Army and left my responsibilities in another state and came back home and moved on with my life. And with the help of some friends, I've gotten into the IT program and it's helped me move on with my life.
Okay. And why should we hire you?
I think the biggest reason why you should hire me is because I can guarantee you I will give 110% to the company. Even if I don't know anything, I will either ask for help about it or I will look it up. Google is my friend. I look everything up on Google, and I will even help find more advantages of situations. I like to think outside the box, so I will find more productive ways of getting things done to help save money or save time.
Okay. And do you have any questions for me?
What are you looking for this position?
I think really we're just looking for someone who is dependable, who can show up to work on time, like you said, put 110% in, and someone who will invest their time and their effort into the company, not just be an employee, but really be invested in our company and help us succeed.
Well, if you hire me, I guarantee you I can be that person.
And I realized we were supposed to give each other feedback right after the interview.
Well, I figured we would do that at the end of both of us going through.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So I'll go
what
first.
feedback do you have for me?
Okay. So the biggest thing I've noticed is you tend to move around a lot. And I mean, that's normal. A lot of people do that, especially when they're nervous. And I know interviews can be the most nerve-wracking things to be in. I've gone through 13 this year. So, but other than that, I think you're really good with your interview. I can't think of anything else.
Okay. Yeah, I think you did well. You were confident in your answers. I could tell that you had been thinking about it a bit beforehand. It wasn't just right off the spot. So that was good. You had eye contact. That was good. Unlike me, you didn't move around a lot. Your body language was good. I didn't see any issues there. They did want us to use the STAR method.
Oh, I didn't look at that.
It's okay. Um, I I had a hard time using it in my responses as well. So anyway, so I think that's something we both can work on. It's yeah. And then yeah, I don't really think I have any other advice for you.
That's okay. Like I said, I've gone through quite a few interviews in the last year, so I kind of, this is kind of a cheat exam or cheat assignment for me since I have a lot of experience in it. Plus, I've helped quite a few people with their mock interviews and stuff like that. So I think the only thing that I didn't like about this is we had to use their questions. We couldn't come up with our own.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of made me stall a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't think of anything else.
I can't either.
Okay.
Well, it was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah. I will edit the video. I'll let you know if there's any issues with it since we did have connection issues.
Okay.
So I don't think we'll have to record again,
Right.
but
If
I
you cut
will.
out the part where it cuts off on at the end of your interview, and then when we start back up at the part where I start the interview with you, or you start the interview with me, if you cut that little part out, I think it'll flow right into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should be good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll send you the link to the YouTube video.
Okay.
Okay.
And then first thing in the morning, I will finish this part up and submit it by noon.
Perfect.
All right. Have a good evening.
Thanks. You too.
Bye.
Bye.